Hello everybody, welcome back to another Clutching Gaming video, and today I wanted to make a video on Valentines. And now it's not exactly Valentines, I know, but I don't know, just felt like a yap session, and it's coming up, and I thought I'd talk about it. So, for the record, still single. I guess I already know. I suppose, again, I think I've talked about this a bit. I kind of bite myself, really, due to the fact I say I kind of, don't like, I find it hard to meet people because of my job. I'm, quite busy throughout the week, and I don't really do dating apps. But then I am free at the weekend, so there's nothing stopping me from going to like clubs or stuff like that, or pubs or whatnot. Not very many girls at pubs, to be honest, especially my age. But clubs, which is where a lot of them my age would be. And I kind of bite myself in the arse in regards to the fact that I don't really like the club. I don't like the vibe of the club. I just don't really like the club culture. I've been a couple times. It's completely fine if you like it. It's your thing. If it's your thing, it's your thing. I'm just not really bothered by it. I don't really like. It's just not my thing. It's noisy. People go there looking for sex or attention. People drink, and a lot of the times do drugs, and it's really just not my environment. I'm not trying to say that I'm better than all that, but there's also, nothing wrong with me admitting that I am kind of better than that. I don't do drugs, and I don't drink, and I don't like going out and just, like using people for sex. I think that's a bit of a hedonistic, degenerate, societal thing that we've kind of brought upon ourselves. But that's a separate thing for another video. Again, if you're into any of those things, no shame. I just, again, not my thing. Anyways, I don't like going to places where you would find, like women, like my age. I just, I again, just like clubs. I can't really think of anything else. I guess like festivals, raves or whatnot, but again, that kind of falls into the same ballpark, I suppose. I'm not really sure, but anyways, moral of the story is I am single for this Valentine's. I'm sure I'll find someone soon. I will go out. It's just that time of the year where you don't really want to go out. This summer, now that I'm on my working out journey for the fucking gazillionth time, this summer when I shed a bit of weight, hopefully I will. I'm going to keep the attitude though. Then hopefully I will, want to go out and get out there and meet people, and I'll be more confident. But basically, it kind of had me thinking this Valentine's of all of the fumbles I've ever had, and all of the times I've ever fumbled a complete baddie. And there have been a couple times. A few times have been just down to the fact I've been in love with a girl, and maybe this girl isn't the one for me, but I think she is, and there's a complete baddie just waiting there, and for some reason she likes me. I don't know why she likes me, but she does, and I'm there, and I have the gall to say to her, and this has happened on a few occasions, by the way, not just once, but twice. This has happened where I've actually sat there and gone, nah, I'm committed. Why I've done this, I don't know. Looking back on it, very stupid. There's genuinely people out there that just would have took it. I guess I'm just, I guess I thought there was still hope for me on both accounts, but there wasn't. So, fumbled. And there have just been another couple times where actually hot girls have liked me, and like it's not just hot for my standard either, like genuinely just bad. And for some reason I don't know why, and I don't know if this is like a psychological thing, but I recognise that they're attractive, but in the moment I'm not interested. For some reason I'm just not. Like sexually, yeah, I suppose. But just like thinking about like getting with them in any way, just kind of like it kind of comes to my brain, and it's I don't really care for it. And then when I miss the opportunity, give it like a few months, and I will feel the worst regret ever. And I get that a lot. And by that time, it's just too late. You know, you go back and you try and revive it, it just don't work. They're now giving me the treatment that I gave them. Completely fine. Can't blame them. But yeah. Anyways, happened on a few occasions. But I wanted to talk about this particular circumstance in primary school. Now, obviously, in primary school, if you're from America, primary school is basically elementary school. So as you can imagine, I would have been about 10 years old, and I'm in class, and I'm talking to this girl, and this girl's like one of the most like attractive girls in the year. That sounds really bad coming from me as an adult, but like I'm not. Fuck's sake, you know what I mean? Like at the time, that's what it was. I'm just gonna stop. Anyways, so I was sat with her for some reason, and basically was talking about like people getting together. I can't remember what time of the year it was, but I think it was close to Valentines, or maybe just been. And I remember asking her, I was like, "Oh, you have a crush on someone, don't you?" And she was like, "Yeah." And I listed everybody in the class, and she was like, "No" to every one of them. And obviously, you know, I hadn't said my name because I didn't think it would be me. And then she slipped me a post-it note saying you, and I was like, "Oh damn." But yeah, so we were, I guess, together. Again, it's like it's fucking like child stuff. It's in school, don't really count. And so, but for those, you know, that's how you think when you're a kid. You're in a relationship, but you don't do anything. Like, you don't hold hands or whatever. You know, you don't. Or maybe you do like the bare minimum basics. But you're obviously not going to do everything that you know you would in a main relationship because you're children, obviously. But it's like, you know, you're not in love. I guess is what I'm trying to say. You're not in love because you're kids. And so basically, I think I was more aware to the fact that this sounds really weird just talking about it now after fucking years, but I don't know. Basically, I was more aware. I believe I was more aware of the fact we were in a relationship than she was, because I remember going home and I was like, really excited. And this was back in the time where I had a phone. I just didn't like contact her for some reason. I don't know why. I just didn't get a number. Maybe I didn't have a SIM. I don't know. But we're in a relationship now, and I didn't even think to ask her for a number. I fucking went home and I was over the moon. I was like, yes, 10 years old, let's fucking go. And I was like really looking forward to school the next day. I couldn't really, you know, it was taking me a while to sleep. I get in school and she just walks right past me, and I'm like, it's a bit weird. And so I'm like, are we not, nah, I'm sure she's just, you know, focused on something else. And we're doing this like project for science in the hall or some shit, or like scientific history or whatever, I fuck knows. And we're building something or whatever, and I'm working on her table. I'm talking to her and she's talking to me, but we're talking as like friends, and she in no way implies that we're in a relationship. And I'm thinking to myself, she's got me tripping a bit. I'm like, we're not in a relationship. We are, or are we not? Fuck is going on? And I'm thinking this, right? And I actually had to step outside the hall for a bit. I was like, what the fuck's going on? I was like thinking to myself, I had to go over a breather. I was like too chicken shit to ask her. So I just basically suppressed my feelings the whole day. I was like, oh, fuck's sake, alright. Anyways, I go to class, next class, whatever, the whole day. Oh, like, oh, I guess those were not together anymore. I guess she must have changed her mind overnight. And I'm kind of like at lunch, I sit at my table with my friends, and I'm kind of going through the motions. I'm like, oh, you know, it is what it was. It's what it is. It was a good run, I suppose. And basically, there was another girl sat at my table who I was like good friends with, and I told her basically the whole situation. She was like, "Oh, sorry to hear that," and whatnot. I was like, "That's okay." And then I look across the other tables in the classroom where we was all eating our lunch, and my girlfriend was at the time, fucking hell, I'm just making myself seem worse. She was eating her lunch with another guy, and I was like, and she was like proper talking to him, you know, getting involved, and she just was not in any way looking at me. And I was like, okay, she's, and I was thinking to myself, I've been fucking cheated on. So I'm eating my sandwich, I'm like, wow. And to be fair, I think I'm just like more over, I think I'm more happy at the time to just have an explanation as to why we're not, you know, talking anymore. As you know, I think I prefer that more than to the fact that she might have just forgotten about me. So I'm like, I'm kind of grateful that there is an explanation, even though it's a bit weird. So again, I'm sat across the room watching my then girlfriend talk to another guy. I feel like the biggest cook ever, and I guess I don't know. I was getting a bit angry. I say to the girl across the table, I'm like, fuck's sake, she's cheating on me. That's what she is. Alright, well, I'm fucking done with her then. And then, for some reason, biggest op behaviour, by the way, she gets up from the table and goes and tells the girl I'm talking to. Well, in a supposed relationship at the time, apparently. And so, she goes right over, tells her, I'm like, fuck. That's not good. I'm just eating my lunch. I'm like, I'll finish here. And she comes right over, puts her hand, or she slams her fucking hands down on the table. I swear to God, hand on the tin foil around my sandwich. I see my sandwich just fold from the pressure of the slam. I can't believe my sandwich is actually contaminated now. Okay, I'm a big germaphobe, by the way. I don't like talking about it because, you know, of my job. You know, it's quite a dirty job, and you know, as a man, being a germaphobe is, you know, kind of like a classed as a sissy thing or whatever. Anyway, I'm a germaphobe. I always have been. And it's like, it's very bad. And basically, just, I can't believe, again, my sandwich, fucking lovely sandwich, gone. To me it is, it's pretty much as good as gone. She comes over and she goes, "You're pathetic, you know that?" And then she walks off. And I can't believe, A, that I've just been broken up with. And two, well, B, my sandwich is fucked, pretty much, as good as. And so, sandwichless and girlfriendless, I go home, and I don't know what I did. I think I played some Minecraft or whatever to help me feel better, and I guess kind of forgot about it after that, because I went back to school, and me and this girl got along again. I guess, you know, as your kids, you know, you don't really hold grudges much, and that was that. I just think it's a very funny situation. Again, as you're a kid, things seem a lot more dire than they are. And to be honest, thinking back on it, she probably just did forget for a bit that we were in a relationship, which again is completely fine because we were just children. It didn't really mean anything, and I don't know. I guess I felt more about it than she did at the time, and I don't know, but it's a very funny situation. I just wanted to talk about it because it was, it's very funny from the chronicles of little me, and yeah, that's it. Have a good Valentine's for all of you that are coupled up. Enjoy your free McDonald's. Me and fucking Shark are gonna go there anyway and pretend we're in a couple. We holding hands and shit for some free food. So don't worry, guys. I'll be right behind you. Yeah, and that's it. Peace.